Ever wonder if your body is secretly betraying you, inch by agonizing inch? The invisible saboteur. What if a microscopic oversight, a tiny nutritional gap, could unravel your very sanity, leaving you a hollow shell of your former self? Could a single missing nutrient transform your vibrant life into a creeping nightmare of confusion, fatigue, and a heart that struggles just to beat? We're not talking about some exotic poison or a rare disease, but a fundamental building block of life, often overlooked, yet absolutely critical for your nervous system, your relentless energy engine, and the very pulse of your existence. This isn't just about feeling a bit tired, this is about an insidious depletion that can steal your thoughts, cripple your body, and leave you adrift in a fog of inexplicable symptoms. It's a silent, unseen struggle happening within countless bodies right now, a slow-motion disaster often mistaken for stress, aging, or just a bad day. Imagine a tiny cog in the most complex machine known to man, your body, slowly grinding to a halt, and you don't even realize it until the entire system begins to seize up. Your brain, your heart, your very ability to move and think clearly, all hang in a delicate balance, sustained by something so small, yet so profoundly powerful. Without it, the intricate symphony of your internal processes falters, one note at a time, until dissonance reigns supreme. The danger is not that it makes you sick, but that it makes you stop being you. The spark plug of life. Do you remember that boundless energy you once had, the kind that made you feel invincible? What if that spark, that very drive, relies on something you might be unknowingly starving yourself of? This critical element, known to science as vitamin B1, or thiamine, is the unsung hero, the vital catalyst in your body's energy production factory. Every single cell in your body, from the tips of your toes to the furthest reaches of your brain, demands a constant, unwavering supply of energy to function. Thiamine is the key that unlocks that energy, transforming the food you eat into the fuel that powers every blink, every thought, every beat of your heart. Without it, your cellular power plants, your mitochondria, falter. They sputter, choke, and eventually, shut down. Imagine a super-efficient engine suddenly running on fumes, misfiring, losing power. That's your body without sufficient B1. It's not just about feeling sluggish, it's about the fundamental process of life itself being compromised at a molecular level. Your brain, an insatiable energy hog, is particularly vulnerable. When the energy supply dwindles, its complex circuits begin to short out, leading to confusion, memory loss, and even hallucinations. It's like the lights going out, one by one, in the most important room of your house. Every step you take, every word you speak, every impulse from your nerves, all depend on this microscopic powerhouse to convert glucose into usable energy. It's the ultimate metabolic domino effect, and without the first domino, thiamine, the whole system collapses. The nervous system's secret keeper. Have you ever felt inexplicable tingling in your fingers, a sudden weakness in your legs, or a brain fog so thick you can barely remember your own name? What if these are not just random quirks, but terrifying whispers from your nervous system, screaming for a single, vital nutrient? Thiamine is the guardian of your nerves, the protector of the intricate communication network that connects every part of your body to your brain. It's absolutely crucial for the production of neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that allow your brain cells to talk to each other, governing everything from your mood to your movements. Without enough B1, the myelin sheath, the protective insulation around your nerve fibers, begins to degrade. Imagine electrical wires fraying, exposed, short-circuiting. Signals get scrambled, delayed, or fail to transmit altogether. This can lead to a horrifying array of neurological symptoms, tremors, muscle weakness, loss of reflexes, burning sensations, or even nerve pain so profound it can be debilitating. Your thoughts become muddled, your memory elusive, and your sense of reality can even begin to slip. It's a cruel irony that the very system designed to warn you of danger becomes compromised, unable to deliver its urgent pleas for help. This isn't just about feeling off, it's about your body's internal internet connections slowly being severed, leaving you isolated within your own failing biology. The heart's silent struggle. Could something you're missing be quietly sabotaging the most vital muscle in your body, causing it to swell, struggle, and potentially fail without warning? The heart, that tireless pump, relies heavily on thiamine to maintain its incredible rhythm and strength. Without it, the muscle tissue itself begins to weaken, unable to generate the energy needed for its constant contractions. This leads to a terrifying condition where the heart struggles to pump blood effectively, causing fluid to back up in the lungs and extremities. Swollen ankles, shortness of breath even at rest, a racing or irregular heartbeat, these are not just signs of aging, but potential cries for help from an organ under siege. Imagine your car's engine, suddenly too weak to push fluid through its cooling system, overheating and seizing up. That's your heart, fighting an uphill battle against a silent deficiency. The consequences can escalate rapidly from uncomfortable swelling to life-threatening heart failure, all because a tiny vitamin is missing from the biochemical equation. It's an invisible pressure building inside you, squeezing the life out of your most essential organ, and you might never know the true cause until it's almost too late. Whispers from history's crypt. Did you know that entire populations were once ravaged by a mysterious affliction that caused paralysis, heart failure, and madness, all before the true culprit was unmasked? For centuries, a terrifying disease known as Beriberi haunted humanity, baffling doctors and devastating communities across Asia, where diets heavily relied on polished white rice. It wasn't until the late 19th and early 20th centuries that the brilliant minds of scientists like Christian Eichmann and Umataro Suzuki connected the dots between this devastating illness and the absence of a specific nutrient in refined foods. Their groundbreaking work unveiled the vital role of thiamine. One startling historical detail is that in the 1890s, the Japanese Navy virtually eradicated beriberi among its sailors by simply switching from white rice to a more varied diet, including barley, after Captain Kanehiro Takaki observed its prevalence. This was a revelation, proving that something as seemingly insignificant as removing the husks from grains could have catastrophic health consequences on a global scale. It highlighted the profound, almost magical, power of these microscopic compounds. Imagine generations suffering and dying from a preventable disease, all because of a lack of knowledge about a simple vitamin. The modern malady's disguise. What if the very conveniences of modern life, the processed foods and hurried lifestyles, are inadvertently leading you down the same path of depletion as those ancient populations? We live in an era of abundant food, yet paradoxically, many modern diets are stripped of essential nutrients. Processed grains, sugary drinks, excessive alcohol consumption, even certain medications, can all either lack thiamine or actively deplete it from your body. It's a cruel irony, we eat more, yet receive less of what our bodies truly need. The constant stress of modern existence also increases the body's demand for B vitamins, burning through them faster than ever before. This creates a hidden epidemic of subclinical deficiency, where people aren't sick enough for a full-blown beriberi diagnosis, but suffer from a constant array of debilitating symptoms: chronic fatigue, anxiety, depression, brain fog, and a general sense of malaise that doctors often struggle to pinpoint. It's a creeping erosion of vitality, so subtle that it's often dismissed as normal in our fast-paced world. We're subtly poisoning ourselves with convenience, slowly stripping away the very foundation of our health. The unseen battle in your bloodstream. Could the very blood flowing through your veins be subtly compromised, silently struggling to deliver life-giving nutrients because of a missing link? Thiamine plays a crucial, yet often overlooked, role in maintaining healthy blood components and circulation. Its deficiency can impact red blood cell formation, contributing to anemia and further exacerbating fatigue. It also affects the integrity of blood vessel walls, potentially leading to leaky capillaries and swelling. Imagine your body's intricate network of highways and delivery trucks struggling to function, causing traffic jams and breakdowns throughout the system. A rarely considered effect is that thiamine deficiency can directly impair the body's ability to produce hydrochloric acid in the stomach, leading to digestive issues and further hindering nutrient absorption, creating a vicious cycle of malnourishment. This means even if you are eating thiamine-rich foods, your body might not be able to effectively extract and utilize it, trapping you in a downward spiral of declining health. It's like having all the ingredients for a meal but lacking the tools to cook it. The internal struggle is not just about missing energy, it's about a complete systemic breakdown, an unseen war being waged within your very bloodstream. The brain's betrayal, a creeping madness. What if your own mind, the very seat of your identity, could begin to unravel due to a simple deficiency, leading to confusion, memory loss, and even hallucinations that feel terrifyingly real? This is where the true horror of severe thiamine deficiency manifests. Conditions like Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome, often associated with chronic alcoholism but not exclusively, paint a chilling picture. Victims experience severe memory loss, disorientation, inability to form new memories, and often confabulation, making up stories to fill gaps in their memory, genuinely believing them to be true. Their eyes may twitch uncontrollably, their gait becomes unsteady, and their mind slips further and further into a fog. It's a living nightmare, where the lines between reality and delusion blur, and your own brain becomes a stranger to you. A particularly disturbing fact is that brain lesions, particularly in areas like the mammillary bodies and thalamus, are characteristic pathological findings in severe thiamine deficiency, showing irreversible structural damage. This isn't just a temporary lapse, it's physical damage to the most complex organ in your body. Imagine your personal history, your loved ones, your entire sense of self, slowly being erased, leaving behind an empty echo. This isn't just illness, it's a silent, biochemical invasion that steals your very essence, leaving a shell behind. The creeping shadow of cognitive decline, the inexplicable mood swings, the frightening detachment from reality, all could be subtle indicators of a brain under siege, starved of the very nutrient it needs to remain sane. The sources of salvation, and the pitfalls. So, where do you find this elusive guardian of your health? Thiamine is abundant in many whole, unprocessed foods. Whole grains, like brown rice and whole wheat, are excellent sources. Pork, particularly lean cuts, offers a significant amount. Legumes, beans, lentils, peas, are nutritional powerhouses packed with B1. Nuts, seeds, and even some fortified cereals can contribute. But here's the catch: the modern diet, often laden with refined sugars, white flour, and alcohol, actively works against your thiamine levels. Sugar, in particular, requires thiamine for its metabolism, effectively stealing it from other vital processes. Alcohol acts as a diuretic, flushing B1 from your system, and also interferes with its absorption. Even excessive consumption of certain foods like raw fish, containing thiaminase, or tea and coffee, tannins can inhibit absorption, can subtly undermine your levels over time. It's a constant, often unconscious, battle against depletion. Are you unknowingly consuming foods that are depleting your vital resources, or are you actively embracing the wholesome sources that can protect you from this invisible threat? The knowledge is power, but the insidious nature of modern dietary habits means vigilance is constantly required. The creeping shadow of deficiency. What if the subtle symptoms you dismiss as everyday fatigue or stress are actually the early warnings of a much deeper, more sinister problem brewing beneath the surface? The insidious nature of thiamine deficiency is its gradual onset. It doesn't strike like lightning, it creeps like a shadow, slowly encompassing your physical and mental well-being. Early signs are often vague: a general malaise, irritability, poor concentration, muscle tenderness, or a loss of appetite. These are easily brushed aside, dismissed as minor inconveniences in a busy life. But as the deficiency deepens, the symptoms escalate, becoming more pronounced and alarming. The heart begins to struggle, leading to peripheral edema, fluid retention in the arms and legs, making them swell. The nervous system sends stronger distress signals: persistent numbness, burning sensations, painful cramps, or profound muscle weakness. Your memory starts to falter, your thoughts become muddled, and your emotional stability might swing wildly. It's a slow, agonizing descent into physical and mental fragility, often misdiagnosed or overlooked because the true cause, a missing vitamin, seems too simple, too mundane, for such devastating effects. This is the silent horror, recognizing the symptoms too late, after the damage has already begun to take its irreversible toll. The of betrayal. Imagine waking one morning, your heart pounding erratically, your legs so weak they refuse to hold your weight. You try to speak, but your words are slurred, incomprehensible. The room spins, not from vertigo, but from a profound internal disarray. Your mind, once sharp and clear, is now a labyrinth of fractured thoughts and fleeting shadows. You look at familiar faces, but their names elude you. Panic sets in, a raw, primal terror, as you realize your own body, your very consciousness, is dissolving around you, yet you are trapped within it, a helpless spectator to your own demise. You're fully aware that something fundamental has broken, but you don't know what, or why, or how to stop it. This isn't just feeling unwell, this is your nervous system short-circuiting, your heart struggling its last desperate beats, your brain losing its grip on reality, all because a minuscule, often forgotten, nutrient has been silently drained from your system. It's a complete, horrifying biological collapse from within, a betrayal so profound it steals not just your health, but your very identity, leaving you a prisoner in your own disintegrating body. The answer. So, the answer to whether a tiny oversight can unravel your very sanity, cripple your body, and devastate your heart is a resounding and chilling yes. That unseen force, that microscopic oversight, is the profound deficiency of vitamin B1, thiamine. It is the indispensable fuel for your energy metabolism, ensuring every cell, especially those ravenous brain cells, can function optimally. It is the unwavering guardian of your nervous system, preventing the short-circuiting and degradation that can lead to tingling, numbness, weakness, and terrifying cognitive decline. And it is the silent supporter of your heart, enabling that tireless muscle to pump blood effectively and maintain its life-giving rhythm. Without it, your internal systems begin to fracture, your vitality dwindles, and your very essence can begin to fade. And that's just one of them.